Hi, friends. Welcome to Enlightened World Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson here for a meditation a day. Today we have an amazing guest, Eileen Murray. She's coming to us from Canada. We so appreciate the guidance and the wisdom that she brings to us here at Enlightened World Network. So, Eileen, thank you. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Ruth. It's always a gift to be here. And hello, everyone. I'm I wanted to share, as Ruth mentioned, I'm from Canada, and I wanted to share an experience, two experiences that I had, one before the election and one after the election. And today, I'll be working more with questions, and then we'll have a moment of pondering. But there's been so much going on that a lot of questions have come up to present in this way this morning. The first experience that I had on the 4th of November was I suddenly heard within myself, see the transcendent as being active with every voter. And there wasn't a relationship to any particular party. The transcendent is that which is beyond the opposites. It's the self of us, the light of us, where there's only harmony, unconditioned love, peace, joy, the celebration, the fullness of life without an opposite. There are no opposites. And so I spent the day just doing what I do, and I would just continually feel that presence of the transcendent being present to the entire election and to all of the voters. I had my particular preference, but that wasn't a part of this influence. The transcendent is the ego, the human conditioning, our personalities, the human story are governed by good health, bad health. This is right, that's wrong. Let's fight, let's not fight. It's all the opposites. And the ego needs to have a problem in order to exist. This is really important, especially these days. The ego wants to control. It wants you to change. It wants to blame. It needs to have that in order to exist. And a beautiful one who has worked with this so beautifully is Eckhart Tolle in The Power of Now, and talking about the pain body. And I believe that's also as a YouTube. I know it's in his book, The Power of Now. But the pain body is, we each have a pain body. Our country has a pain body. The world has a pain body, and that's what's very active. And the pain body is about hatred and fighting. It's about ill health. It needs to have something going on so that it can exist and continue. And so what would happen? Do you exist if you didn't have a problem? Say all the problems just dissolve from your life. Just for a moment, just open to that. No more problems. Are you still here? And what is it that is here? It's the light of who you are, your presence, the divine. God is here as you, as not you as the personality that we refer ourselves to, but the big you, the I. And so for this time, I'm going to refer to that as the light of our being. The second experience I had was the morning of the after the election. I was quite surprised when I saw how red it was across the country. And I thought, well, this is interesting because I was told the divine, the transcendent was breaking through. And it was a puzzlement to me. So I just stayed with it, and suddenly I had a vision. And this vision was that there was a crack in the universe, a crack in the earth. And out of that crack was pouring light. That light had always been there. But it was covered over by the ego problems, all the conditioning, all the things that we have thought that we are, the good health, the bad health. But this light is the light of the soul, the light of the self. And so the election, as I saw it, isn't just for the US. This is a world situation. And it had to happen this way, I was shown, in order for this light to break through. And I think of Carlos Castaneda has written a number of books. And one of the things he talks about in this book is the assemblage point. And the assemblage point, as I understand it, is like the ego is locked in. We think as our beliefs, we see things this way, and this is the way it's going to happen. And if this doesn't happen this way, that means disaster is going to happen. And we go into the mind with all the stories. And the assemblage point is that point. And then there becomes a shock. There comes a shock, and it shifts the assemblage point. So that's not only happened to us individually, but it's happened to the world. We're in a different place. The shift has happened through the shock of what's happened in the States. And so the States has been a catalyst for all of us, both personally and collectively, what side you're on. Because we're at this point that became very clear to me in this message that we need to choose the light of our being. That if we have hatred, if we have fear, all of this is coming down on both sides, as I was shown, to a fear of survival. If you don't behave this way, if I can't control you this way, if I don't have a job, blah, blah. It's a bit like Linus that's going on with the story. Wah, wah, wah. The programs, the beliefs, the limitations are going to continue to run, and they're going to continue to pull you back in. And that's what happened with me. After I had this insight, this vision, this experience, the mind would come in with all the stories. This means this, the news is saying this. This means, one story of saying hatred. Let's shoot people. Let's deport everybody. That's not like us. That's all separation. Is that the truth of love? So the point here is we have a choice. We always have a choice. We can't control the world, but we have a choice on how we're going to respond. And so if we go inside at the moment, what are we feeling about this? Are we angry? Do we want to act out in anger? Are we fearful? So what would happen then with fear? If we allow that fear to be present, we're recognizing what we're feeling. And we're making a choice to allow the divine love to be present to the fear. What would happen if we allow that light to dive right deep, that light that is ourself, the soul light, to dive right into the center of fear? What would happen if we allow that light to dive, if we're feeling hatred? Feel the hatred. And make a choice to realize it is a program. It's a program that's in the collective mind, but it's also within me, or I wouldn't be feeling it. Let that light of the soul to dive right into the center of the hatred and set it free. Allow the feeling of resistance. I don't like this. I want this to be different. The mind wants to continue to pull me back in to the stories that are on the news or that are running in my head. I'm not going to try and get rid of them. I'm going to choose to allow the light to be present. And then with whatever situation you're in and what stories are running through your mind, of this means this is going to happen and I got to do this, or this means if they're going to shoot people, I'm going to choose not to buy into that story, because that's the pain body wanting you to engage in it. That's how it stays alive. So feel the light or the life force or the divine, whatever word is best for you, to be present. And then what happens if I want to be able to be loving, but I can't stand that person. But I know there's a higher power. I know it as a truth. So I'm going to be grateful that the divine love, the divine qualities that I know that God is, are operative, even though I may not be feeling them, or that I may not even be seeing them. But I am going to choose to invite that light, that power to be present. I'm going to be grateful. I am grateful that I have the awareness to see that that power is there, even though I don't feel it, nor do I see it. I just know in truth that it's there. And breathe. I'm no longer going to be a student of the divine. I'm going to choose to be the qualities. And I'm going to be grateful that they're active, even though I may not see them or feel them, but I know that's truth. I am choosing to be peace, even where there's hatred. or discordance. And I'm going to allow that piece to do what it knows what to do. My job is to be peace. And I may not feel it. Doesn't matter. I have the power to choose. I am choosing that harmony is going to be present here. I'm calling on that transcendent to be present here as that. And even though I may not like you, or I may not agree with your choices, I don't want to be governed by hatred. I don't want to be hypnotized into thinking that I have to fight you. I don't have to fight you. I'm choosing love. And I'm going to let love do what it knows what to do. Because I may not be able to love you. I don't feel it. But I know love. I know love. And love knows what to do. I'm choosing not to be a victim. Bring up the victim. Feel how that feels in the body. And I'm choosing to let love be present and dive right into the center of that victim pattern. This is how I stay empowered, no matter what's going on, by realizing that I am the light, that what is happening for a greater purpose that I don't know what it is necessarily. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I have the power to choose. And I can choose those qualities that are of my true nature and allow them to do the work and to show me where I'm keeping myself limited by hatred and fear and doubt and judgment, whatever it is. Welcome it up. Be grateful that it's there, showing itself now. That's where the power is. Not running from it, but saying, oh, there you are. And you're redeeming these qualities, these patterns of limitations. And breathe. And when there might be a confusion or an unknowing, open to the light, to the presence, to the field that's around you, not to the mind, not to the limited mind. And ask that light, show me what I need to know about this in this moment. Let love be present to the candidate that I don't like. Because I can choose that. And I'll feel better. Does it feel better to hate? Or does it feel better to let the love be present? Does my body feel better when I hate? Or when I judge? Or does it feel better when I allow love to be present? And if I feel I can't love, I can't love that person. I can choose to allow that higher love to be present. And I can be grateful that I choose. I'm grateful that the divine is operating in ways that I have no idea. Because that's what the divine is. It's all present, waiting to be recognized and asked. So we see that light as being present everywhere. And in these days, it's so important that we choose that light of who we truly are, to be present to the conditioned mind, the ego that likes to create a problem. That's how it survives. And now ask that light if there's anything in particular you're meant to know about your situation, about the world. And we give thanks that we have the awareness and the desire to be grateful, that we can do this, that we can choose, that we're grateful that the divine is on the job, even though we may not see it. And we can set the intention in the morning when we wake up that divine goes before us, that light goes before us, and that grace goes before us for everyone we meet in every situation. Even though we may not be aware of it during the day, we can set that intention that that's operative now. And we ask that we become aware to be even more grateful of the little things in life that we may have missed and dismissed and just said, well, that just happened. What if that's the small miracle? What if we say to ourselves, yes, I am the light of the world and so are you. There's only one power, the one divine mind, the one divine love. And we're all on this journey wherever we are. And all that we ask is that light informs each of us in the way that we're meant to see and know, that's in alignment with the truth of love and peace and harmony and joy and playfulness. We're here now to begin to put down suffering. That's the construct of the ego, having the problem, suffering, and open to the fullness of the life and the light that we are. And we ask that grows stronger in our consciousness. It's a choice. We choose and then open to receive and allow it to turn up in the ways that we have no idea. And we see that for the earth. And we see that for one another. And we see that for all of creation because we can choose to open to that. We have the power to choose. And the light is there for us as the truth. We ask that the truth of the divine, which is one life, one love, one peace and harmony and joy, is there in full activity. And so it is.
Eileen, thank you so very, very much. I took copious notes, not really quite meditative. I'll go back and meditate on that, but such powerful information that you shared here, and really step by step how to work with what you're feeling, bring the light into it, and go with that freedom, that release. So profound and so wise. Thank you. Thank you for sharing the vision that was given to you. And thank you for reaching out to me and wanting to share that with us. I cannot tell you how much that means.
Thank you, Ruth.
All right. Eileen, God bless you. I know you need to move on with your day, but I just can't thank you enough. Eileen, if folks want to be in touch with you, learn more about you, how do they do that?
I think the best way at the moment is through my email, which is murray50@gmail.com.
Excellent. And I know Eileen works one-on-one with folks, and it's a beautiful, beautiful time together in the new Akashic Records. So thank you for being here, Eileen. So much love to you. Friends here at Enlightened World Network, take good care and God bless. We'll see you soon.